Thank you for clicking on this video. We walked across the same stage that day, my twin sister Hannah and I, same gowns, same smiles for the camera. But behind mine there was something colder, something forged in the silence of a childhood spent being told I was the strong one, a title that was never a compliment but an excuse. The world saw a perfect family, a two-story house with white shutters matching Christmas sweaters, but inside the love was a calculated transaction. When Hannah sniffled, my mother dropped everything. When I scraped my knee, I was handed a napkin and a lesson in resilience. The final verdict came the night I overheard my parents planning our futures. "We'll pay Hannah's tuition in full," my mother said, her voice casual over the clinking of dinner plates. "Camilla's clever. She'll figure something out. She always does." My father's agreement was the seal on my sentence. "She's independent. She doesn't need as much help." Those words, meant to sound like praise, were the blueprint of my exile. I didn't confront them. I just packed my bags and made a silent vow I would never ask them for anything again. College cleaved our lives in two. Hannah lived in a sun-drenched dorm, her life a whirl of sorority parties and weekend getaways, funded by weekly deposits from home. I lived in a room where the pipes groaned, funding my existence with the graveyard shift at the library, my hands cracked from cleaning supplies, my soul tempered by solitude. The breaking point was a phone call. Desperate and short on tuition, I swallowed my pride. "Mom, I was wondering if you could help just this once. I'll pay it back." The pause on the line was a chasm. Then her voice, calm and final, "Camilla, we already paid for Hannah. She deserved it, but you didn't. You didn't deserve it." The line went dead. I stood there, the receiver gripped in my white-knuckled hand, the little girl inside me finally, quietly dying. In her place, something harder was born. That night, I walked to the library and made a new promise. If I was undeserving of their help, I would become worthy of something far greater, my own unshakable respect. I weaponized the silence they gave me. While the campus slept, I devoured financial textbooks under the hum of fluorescent lights. I met Professor McLaughlin, who saw past my tired eyes to the discipline beneath. He offered me an assistantship, and then, without my knowing, he nominated me for the Benjamin Ford National Scholarship, one of the most prestigious in the country. When the acceptance letter arrived, I didn't scream, I exhaled. It was the quiet sound of a promise kept. I invited my family to the awards ceremony, telling them it was a small university thing. I needed to see their faces when they realized the scale of what their undeserving daughter had built alone. The hall was grand, draped in blue and gold. I watched them file in, my mother's pearls, my father's stiff posture, Hannah's perfectly curated smile. When the announcer called my name, he didn't just list my GPA. "The next recipient," his voice boomed, "is an example of resilience forged in independence." Without financial support from her family, she worked nights as a librarian and a cleaner to put herself through school. Please welcome Camilla Moore. The applause was thunderous. The words "without financial support from her family" hung in the air, a public verdict on their private neglect. From the stage, I saw my mother's smile shatter, my father's confused blink, Hannah's camera forgotten in her hand. I walked to the podium, every step a reclamation. Afterward, they huddled together, a small island in a sea of congratulations. "Camilla, we had no idea it was this big," my mother began, her voice brittle. "You wouldn't have come if you did," I replied, my voice calm, the storm inside me finally still. "We thought you were so capable," my father tried. "We didn't want to hold you back." "You didn't hold me back," I said. "You let me go, and it was the greatest gift you could have given me." As recruiters swarmed, offering me a position in New York, I saw my family in the reflection of the glass walls, watching, waiting, realizing they were now spectators to a life they were no longer part of. That night, I didn't go to their hotel. I walked the city, my award heavy and real in my hand. Their final text, "We're proud of you, let's talk," received a simple reply, "Thank you, I'm busy right now." The next morning, I accepted the job in New York. When my mother begged me to come home for a celebration, I typed the words that sealed my freedom: maybe another time, I've got packing to do. As the train pulled away from everything I had ever known, I felt not loneliness but a profound, expansive peace. They had given my sister their money and their easy praise. They gave me silence and the conviction that I was undeserving. But from that silence I built a foundation. From that neglect I forged a strength they could never comprehend. They were right, I didn't deserve their help, I deserved so much more, and I had finally built it for myself. Presented by PastQuest Stories. Please like and subscribe the video.